As mentioned, the whole point of using a physics engine like Unity is so that we can access ready-made scripts and elements to avoid coding everything ourselves from scratch. This makes it incredibly simple to add something like gravity. All we have to do is drag a script onto our game object for it to take effect. While your player is selected, click Add Component in the inspector. Now click Physics2d rigidbody2d. Rigidbody2d is the name of a script that works on 2D sprites and applies all the basic physics we could want, such as gravity, friction, momentum, collision, and more. The easiest way to see what this does, though, is to put it into action. So drag Squarey a little higher in the scene window and then click play. If everything goes according to plan, we now have a sad-looking Squarey who simply falls from the top of the screen and off the bottom. Squarey, meet gravity. Using colliders. The astute will note that there's something missing here. Of course, we don't actually want Squarey to fall through the ground underneath him, we want him to land on it. Fortunately, this is an easy fix too. Just click Squarey again and then add component Physics2d Box Collider. You should now be able to see both rigidbody2d and Box collider2d in the inspector. Figure 4-5. The green outline shows Squarey's collider. What's more, you should also notice a thin green outline around Squarey. This is the collider, which essentially defines the boundaries of your sprite and tells rigidbody2d where the physical mass that makes up the character starts and stops. Click play and you'll see that the character still falls through the ground below. Hopefully, you've guessed already that this is because our tiles also need to have colliders attached. To do this, drag a square around the tiles in your scene view using the mouse in order to select them all at once. You can do this just the same way you would select a bunch of icons in your desktop, figure 4-6, or by clicking the first item in the hierarchy and then the last item while holding down Shift. You can also use Control for making bulk selections, just as you would in most Windows programs. This is a trick that will often come in handy, although there's another method for making mass changes that we will look at shortly. Make sure to deselect the camera and then add a collider in the inspector. This will now be applied to every game object selected all at once. 61. Figure 4-6. Later we will discuss using prefabs to avoid having to select multiple game objects. Notice that we're not adding the rigidbody2d to our ground tiles. That's because we don't want them to fall off the screen. Now click play, and if everything goes according to plan our character will fall and land on the ground, figure 4-7. Figure 4-7. Success. If you want to test just how detailed rigidbody2d is, position Squarey so that he's partly hanging over the edge of one of the steps and then click play again. When he lands, he should tip and actually roll down the stairs. At this point,